All right, today we're gonna do a oil pressure sensor switch on a 1995 Chevy Tahoe 5.7 liter 350 throttle body injection. Anyway, I already took that off, just put a new filter in there. Anyway, so my truck's been kind of doing some weird things lately. Mostly I'd be driving and all of a sudden the check gauge's light would come on and then go off, and every time it'd come on, my engine temperature would shoot all the way up and my oil pressure would shoot down. Anyway, one day I started losing power when I was driving, and then it overheated. So I went and changed out the coolant temperature sensor right there. And that was pretty straightforward. I changed out the thermostat. As you can see, I have a little bit of pooling of some coolant and stuff like that. I gotta clean that up. Anyway, I decided instead of changing out the water pump and the oil pump, I'd just go for the sensors first, which made the most obvious choice for me. Anyway, so if you see the distributor right there, okay, basically what I'm looking at is down here, right there. So I don't know if you can see it. So see the tip of my screwdriver right there. That is the oil pressure sensor or switch. So let's see from a different angle. Look at it from all these wires right there. People point at it and they'll say, "Oh, look at that brass thing," but this is what I'm looking at. Anyway, kind of hard to get to, so I'm going to pull the distributor and pull the distributor and get back in there. But yeah, that's it right there. Right there. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is pull this off, and you know, basically it's just, oh, I gotta get up in there, but you know, it's two screws. So one screw right there, and another screw back there. So I'm going to pull those off. If I need to pull the main one, then I will, but I'm going to see if I can just lift it up, see if I can get enough room to maneuver around in there, and see if I can get that puppy loose and take it off. Alright. Okay. So now I got those two screws loosened up, so all I do is just pull it off like this. So there's one screw right there, and there's the other screw right there. Okay, so now that I got that up and out of the way, you can see it's right there. See it? Right there. That's the sensor right there. So I'll probably unplug those wires right there and should be able to get to it a little easier. There we go. Let's see here. The only reason I'm making a YouTube video is because people go through far too much hassle to do this stuff. You know, sometimes you don't have to take apart every single thing, you know. Okay, so we'll set those there. Okay, so it's right there. Right there. Okay, so now I just gotta get something to lock onto there and pull her out. Okay. Alright, so here's the new part I'm going to replace it with. Duralast. Okay. Alright, so that's what we're dealing with. So I'm going with the PS220. So yeah, there we go. Perfect. That's a 3-prong. That's good. Alright. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I guess, find that plug that goes into the back. But first I'm going to see what locks onto this. It's kind of in a tough spot, so I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, get it set to this. Alright, that's the system I'm going to be using to get in there. So that's the new one right there. So what I'm going to do, this is my tool that I'm going to use to get it out. It's not ideal. Most mechanics would shake their head. There's even they even make like an oil pressure sensor switch tool that you could go in there and get it. But those are also the same people that are telling you to take all the wires out of the distributor and blah 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 blah. Like I said, I'm trying to show you a different way here. So we'll see where this goes. Okay, so as you can see, I got my little pliers set on it. And it's not on there that tight, but see? You just wiggle it up a little bit, get it nice and loose, and then you could probably get in there and do it with your fingers. Let's see here. Here comes the human vice grips. Yeah, there we go. Okay, first I'm gonna go ahead and put a little wire hooked up to the back there. Just gotta unplug that. There we go. Inspect it real quick. Looks pretty good. Okay. 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 I decided to go for something a little different. Basically, a little shorter, eh? Those red ones were bumping up against the firewall there, so these would be a little shorter. Let's try these. Alright. That other one was too long. Let's try good old-fashioned vice grips. Alright, it turns out that the vice grip was the right tool for the job. It's just little turns by little turns. But now, as you can see, I got my hand in there. Ah, it's so blurry, I'm so sorry. There we go. And there we go. Should come right out. And there it is. Alright. Okay. Okay. So there's the old one. Okay. Alright. And there's the new one. Okay. There we go. Okay. Three-prong. Looks good. That looks a little questionable. So the other thing too is, see how many threads I was in? That's all. That's as far as you want to go. To about there. So I'll be kind of keeping an eye on that. So here's the new one. Nice and clean. 3 prongs, okay. Let's go ahead and get that in. Okay. Here it goes. Okay, right there. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll get that hand tight, and then I'll go in there with my vice grips and tighten it up a little bit more. Alright, so I ended up just finishing off the hand tightening with these old high-end Harbor Freight pliers. But anyway, as you can tell, it's in there now, so let's go ahead and start reconnecting things here. Let's see here. Where are ya? This guy, little green guy goes. Okay, so I got everything plugged back in. Now I'm gonna put the distributor back on, tighten in those 2 screws. All right, there you go. Everything's all put back together now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disconnect the negative terminal there for a little bit, let it reset, and then I'm going to change the oil and the oil filter, and should be good to go. All right, hope that helped y'all. All right.